It's all completed. Nice job done there. Wider, better flow. It's a great job. I'm really pleased with that. Our West Main Street interchange with Highway 151, I'm really pleased with that. You know, they want to put a roundabout in there. We kind of fought that a little bit. That's the better way to go, the way we did it. Really proud of that. Main Street and O'Keefe, that intersection, that was a horrible mess. McCoy Road, I mean, how many years have we struggled with that? And it's all fixed, it's all improved, and I'm really, really happy with those improvements. As I think about what else can we do, you guys may have other suggestions, but I think about our stormwater issues. You know, we've got some areas, Mr. Anderson, I'm sure you can relate to that. We've got some issues where we have some flooding going on with heavy rains, and that's one area. Thompson Road and Main Street, we typically have a lake there. And another one we're working on this summer is Bird Street is going to help relieve some of the issues that we've had with the commercial avenue, which we also did that back in 2012. I don't know if the Golier Printing is here at all, but they were pretty much fed up with us in the water problems. But we got that fixed. But my point is we have a plan also going forward to address these stormwater issues and street repairs and street road construction. We have to have a plan to maintain the infrastructure. And we just continue to pursue that plan. I don't know the schedule of all those projects, but I would refer you to our engineering department, Daryl Severson. I'd be happy to enlighten you on the schedule of proposed projects going forward. So I think that infrastructure stuff is really important. Real quick with regard to, I can't read it still, it's closer here. West Main Street extension, I supported that. I think that's important for the folks out there in Wyndham, Waybridge, is it? To get another opportunity for them so that we can alleviate some of that pressure from Highway 19, because believe it or not, DOT kind of dictates to us when we're going to put those lights out there, and so we're kind of struggling with that issue. But that West Main Street extension is really going to help create another opportunity for our residents out in that area to provide another alternative. Plus, emergency vehicles can get out there a different route as well. We think that's a great thing. With regard to the fiber issue, I'm on the fence on that right now. I haven't decided one way or another yet. It's a huge investment. It's very scary. It's one of the hugest investments the city would ever make to date, and so that's not something we take lightly. But I do like the economic development aspect of it, that we stand to entice a lot more really attractive employers with that kind of structure and technology. And I've sat through a number of the presentations already, and they've been very enlightening. And so my eyes are open to it. I'm not one way or another yet. I haven't decided for sure, but I am considering it. I think it's something that we should take a look at. I know people, Mr. Guyant's telling me he's hearing a lot of people screaming about it. No way. And he did his press release, but like I say, I'm still, jury's out for me. So those are, I guess, some of the more pressing the things that I think we're working on and have a plan in place for. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Orfan.
Jerry? To expand a little bit on the fiber to the home project, which I have been intimately involved with as chairman of the Utility Commission, I feel very strongly that the fiber to the home project, as well as smart metering for our community, creates an incredible opportunity for economic development to uniquely position Sun Prairie not only within the region, but within the state of Wisconsin, to continue to attract good paying jobs and quality employers for our community, and residents that want to continue to live in a vibrant community that has a great quality of life. Expanding a little bit upon how that is going to be paid for, part of the business case involves a economic development incentive in partnering with the city, much like a TIF district would be structured, to loan the utility approximately $10 million as part of the project. Those monies would then be paid back to the city through pilot program, payment in lieu of taxes, so that the city could be reimbursed for that investment. The rest of the cost of that project would be borrowed through the utility, either through private financial institutions to help to fund that project. And I want to make something clear that in the business case, the way it exists today, and I feel is very strong, the fiber to the home project is paid by the users of the triple play services. that not looking to underwrite the cost of the fiber to the home project on the ratepayers' pocket, but to pay for the services and the build out of that infrastructure with the TIF project or the incentive with the city, as well as to help to repay the loan and pay for through the services that the utility customers take. And I believe that that is an issue that needs to be continued to be explored. We feel that as a utility commission that the business case is very sound, but I think we still need public input. I would invite everybody to join us at the City Hall the fourth Tuesday, is that right, Mary? The fourth Tuesday of the month. We're planning to have a listening session and present the financials in total to the community, and we welcome feedback on the business case to again shake it out. Let's get that public input. Let's share all the information and the numbers with the community to help to make a decision whether this is the right thing for the city of Sun Prairie. So I feel very strongly about that, but there's more information to come. In regard to a referendum, I don't know that I have my mind made up one way or another. I guess I'm going to look to the residents of the city to help us give feedback whether they think a referendum is critical to the project, or if the information that is being presented helps to satisfy them in that regard. The other investment that Mr. Hoffmann expanded on, I think that we need to continue to invest in street maintenance so that we're not falling far behind in terms of keeping up on the maintenance to support the longevity of our roads within the city of Sun Prairie, as well as to continue to invest in stormwater, and I think that can be paid for not only from the stormwater the stormwater management fund that already exists, but and then the city is obviously through the tax levy. So in closing, I want to thank Ann Smith, Terry Balding, and the entire Chamber of Commerce for having us in today to spend a little bit of time to learn more about us, and be sure to vote on April 1st. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Polenske.
I agree. Having the microphone just makes it a little bit more awkward. So when I look at the infrastructure of Sun Prairie, I agree with Alder Hoffmann that we have done a lot in our community over the last years to make improvements. Yes, we still have areas in our community that have some stormwater issues, but we are addressing them. Out on the west side, District 4 area, I have a friend that I hope I can knock on her door and see her face to face, because we email all the time, or she emails me with her concern of the need of a stoplight at Ironwood and Grand Avenue. Those folks that are shopping at Cops and they want to cut across and go over to Walgreens, or you're going to the clinic over there, or whatever. There have been some accidents, and we are doing traffic counts in that area. Our city engineer does, of course, every year. It's kind of, especially on the west side, we're guesstimating what's going to happen with Cabela's coming in, and then we have Marcus Theater coming in. We will have the street going through over to the Waybridge, Wyndham Hills area, but there's still more construction that will be going out in that area, and what will the impact be on the streets, and will we need more stoplights? As far as the Highway 19 issue, and needing stoplights for our folks to get out of the Wyndham Hills area, we have met with the state. We need to continue to knock on the state's door and insist that they reconsider that highway and getting those stoplights in. Last year, I also took it upon myself to go to Burke, our neighbors, and see if I could get them to agree to open up some of the dead-end cul-de-sacs between Wyndham Hills and Burke. Unfortunately, I was not successful. But I think that always remembering and planning. We have a 5-year plan, we have a 10-year plan. Our engineering department has been very good at predicting what needs to be done and when it needs to be done, and we're routinely working towards revitalizing those city streets that are in need. Thank you.
Thank you. And where are we on time?
We have about 5 minutes for just general questions.
Okay, questions from the floor? Yes, sir.
With the West Main Street being completed, is there plans for pedestrians and bike traffic? Did I hear something that there was going to be included in that?
Absolutely. Yep, your full bike path continuing all the way down.
Yes.
The fiber optic proposal, is there a timeline? I mean, how early, it's very early stages right now, I'm assuming, or more information going on that to the public, and
Yes.
you guys are going, but is there a timeline, an idea of a timeline for that?
The tentative timeline, if the project moves forward, would hopefully to be putting fiber in the ground before snow flies in the fall.
Can I respond to that, please?
Certainly.
I'm really thankful that Kent and I have agreed to have a good, clean campaign, and we've kept it that way, and we will continue keeping it that way. We are differing on this a little bit. I want to say this as politely and diplomatically as I can. If the council were to attempt to approve fiber system to every home at this huge cost without going to referendum, I will organize a citizens group and get the petition signed and bring the signatures in to mandate a referendum. That is too big of a decision for 9 people to make. So I want to be polite about it, but I'll be persistent. In terms of Highway 19 in Westmont, I know the state is hard to push the state, but I will be relentless with them. And there are temporary things we can look at, temporary lights. We don't have to just let the state do that. We can be a real thorn in their side until they say yes. Thank you.
Other questions from the floor?
That was proactive.
How long of a project is the fiber optic project? How long does that take to start to finish?
Complete build-out in the community could take as long as 2 years.
Other questions from the floor? All right, seeing none, we'll turn the meeting over to Ann.
Okay, just a couple of announcements, and before I do that, thanks so much to all of our candidates and current council members for